It's Cascadia Coast News. It is February 9th. The time is 6:35, and this is something I wanted to touch on a long time ago. And this is Governor Governor Blackface's famous speech before he banned all weapons, including chains and the like, on Capitol grounds ahead of a major gun rally, under the guise that there was he's basically saying Ku Klux Klan members as white nationalists and stuff like that are gonna do his whole establishment harm. I think he's pulling this out of his ass crack, but anyways, that's my opinion. I think the dude needs hung for treason. That's my opinion too. Anyways, let's check this out.
Well, good afternoon. I want to thank you all for being with us today.
I already want to smack the crap out of him.
To talk about security precautions we're taking to protect the safety of people around Capitol Square leading up to our rally planned for this coming Monday. I believe wholeheartedly in the constitutional right of citizens to come to their state representatives.
Now I'm going to pause this for a minute. This dude is a frickin' tyrant. Tyrant alert. He does not care about the people in Virginia. All he cares about is getting his frickin' pockets as big as he can. He needs a good tar and feather in, is what I think.
And make their views known. I also believe in the right to debate and the right to assemble. And I believe in the right to bear arms. But what we have seen and heard in recent weeks has
Look
the
at this
potential
frickin' Joker in the background, man. You can tell these dudes are tyrants. Look at him, man.
We're seeing threats of violence. We're seeing threats of armed confrontation and assault on our capital. For years, Virginia citizens who want to speak up in defense of gun rights have peacefully assembled here at our capital. In fact, many of them did so.
I'm honestly biting my tongue fairly well right now.
But we have
I really don't like this dude at all.
Intelligence from our law enforcement agencies that there are groups with malicious plans for the rally that is planned for Monday. This includes out-of-state militia groups and hate groups planning to travel from across the country to disrupt our...
I'm going to pause this for a minute just to say this. These militia groups are people who believe in their firearm rights, believe in the Second Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. Now, while I will never call myself a United States citizen, I am an American, a real American who believes in our Constitution. Now, this dude is a dickface. Yeah, I'm going to say it like that. He is a freaking traitor, along with his little squadron right here. Now, for one thing, the groups that he is talking about are the militia that the Second Amendment guarantees that we are supposed to have. Now, the Second Amendment is not talking about the National Guard or the government's little henchmen. I'm not saying all that. Now, before you strangle me, I'm not saying that all the military are bad. But I'm saying they're working for a corrupt government. That's all I'm saying. Didn't say, now hear me out, that the military's bad. Okay, moving on.
Democratic process with acts of violence. They are not coming to peacefully protest. They are coming to intimidate and to cause harm. State intelligence
cause harm to his little freaking gun laws that he's trying to impose.
Rhetoric similar to what has been seen before other major events, such as Charlottesville. Let me be clear. These are considered credible, serious threats by our law enforcement
credible threats
agencies.
Pulled out of his asshole.
This intelligence comes from mainstream channels, both offline and online, such as alternative dark web channels used by violent groups and white nationalists from outside Virginia. These conversations are fueled by misinformation and conspiracy theories.
Now, when I heard him say this the first time I watched this speech, I about punched my screen. Because that word conspiracy theorist is actually a word that was made up by the government. These hoo-haws, whatever you want to call them, to discredit those who are telling the truth. And that is a well-known fact, because every single dang thing the conspiracy theorists ever said has came to pass so far when it comes to the government.
Please know that we have been preparing extensively to protect public safety at Monday's rally. But no one wants another incident like the one we saw in Charlottesville in 2017. We will not allow that mayhem and violence to happen here. So we are taking the following actions to keep people safe in Capitol Square and in the city of Richmond. First, we have established a unified command between the state police, the Capitol Police, the Richmond Police Department, and our first responder teams. And I want to personally take this opportunity to thank all of them for keeping us safe.
Now listen to me right now, people. These freaking assholes don't keep nobody safe at all. They're just imposing more gun laws, more laws on the people, more burdens on people's shoulders. That's all they're doing. They're not keeping nobody safe. In fact, the police have said, and you can look this up yourself, that they don't have, that their job is not to protect us, it's to enforce laws.
These agencies are working closely together to ensure seamless preparation and planning for this event. They have been briefing me and my team regularly, and I have full confidence in our public safety team. Second, we are asking non-essential personnel not to come to work on Monday. Monday is a holiday for state employees.
They didn't want them coming to work.
And many others, and that is good news.
Because
if you don't need to be in downtown Richmond on
they
Monday,
didn't want anybody seeing what people were saying at the gun rally.
And third, no weapons will be allowed on the Capitol grounds. This includes everything from sticks and bats to chains and projectiles.
Nazi alert.
These
Nazi
rules are
alert.
similar to long-standing rules in airplanes and courthouses. This list also includes firearms. It makes no sense to ban every other weapon but allow firearms when intelligence shows a threat of armed militia groups storming our Capitol. To enforce this, I am declaring a state of emergency in Richmond from Friday evening until Tuesday night. Everyone should understand this is based on real, identified threats that have been made. This order includes a prohibition of weapons on Capitol grounds. The prohibition is temporary, and it will expire on Tuesday after the rally. And those who would bring violence into Virginia have left and returned to where they came from. I have made this decision in the interest of keeping the public safe as well as our law enforcement officers. I want to be clear. The organizers have been planning this rally for some time, and I respect their right to do so. I welcome them to their capital, the people's capital.
The capital that nobody was going to be at work at because it was a holiday. You get that? He knew full well there was not going to be anybody there because he was asking people not to show up because he doesn't want the concerns of the public being brought up to them.
I believe them when they say that they intend this to be a peaceful event where Virginia citizens express their beliefs to their elected representatives. That's what democracy is.
We're not a democracy. We are a republic.
They have unleashed something much larger, something that they may not be able to control. And so I call on them to disavow anyone who wishes to use Monday's rally to advance a violent agenda. And I call on them to discourage people from other states from coming to Virginia with violent intent. Hate Intimidation and violence have no place here. I want to be clear. Virginia is always open for citizens of our state to meet with their elected leaders peacefully. That remains the case this coming Monday. Hundreds of Virginians do this every day. Most recently, earlier this week, the NRA hosted its annual lobby day. Hundreds of Virginians participated, and the day passed without incident. That is what peaceful events
Gosh, I want to strangle
look
this
like.
guy. He's such a
I
freaking
thank the
tyrant.
NRA for hosting a peaceful event. Now, I call on the Virginia Citizens Defense League and its members to follow the NRA's example and make your event a peaceful display too, as you have done in the past. Please do not dishonor Virginia or your cause. As we have planned our response to these events, I want to thank Richmond Mayor LeVar Stoney for his cooperation in working with us. While the Capitol is the seat of Virginia's government, it is also in the middle of a busy
That dude
city.
looks kind of like Bill
I
Clinton.
know that Mayor Stoney also wants to keep our citizens safe from potential harm. So, in the following order, I will ask Mayor Stoney to speak, and then Colonel Settle from the Virginia State Police, Colonel Pike from the Capitol Police, and Chief Smith from the Richmond City Police.
Anyways,
I
that was that. You can put a comment down in the comments telling me what y'all think of this crap. Anyways, that's that. Oh, and one other thing. They were wanting to ban weapons in Washington State on Capitol grounds. I'll just show you that real quick. This is going on in Olympia, Washington, state capital of Washington State. And it's Washington lawmakers want to ban openly carried guns at the state capitol. In other words, they want to ban open carry. Washington is an open carry state. This is just the first step in banning open carry in the state of Washington. They don't like the fact that people have more guns than them. And if you don't believe that, you can look it up. Look up the Small Arms Survey, and you can find that out for yourself. America has like 395 million guns versus the military's 4.4 million guns. Yeah, they got nuclear weapons and tanks and stuff like that, but we got more guns, and they know that. That's why they want them. America, do not give up your guns. Do not do that. I honestly think that if the citizens in Nazi Germany didn't give up their guns, it wouldn't have been nearly as bad. And you got to think and look it up. What has happened every time the citizenry has gave up their firearms? There's been a mass murder, mass genocide right afterwards. So think about it. And also, in my next video, I'm going to be touching... I don't know if I'm going to be touching on Agenda 21 right again now, but I am definitely going to be touching on some of these firearm laws going and trying to be passed in Washington State. Thank you all, and God bless.